Godfather of Irish Drill. Shout out my boy, Demi TV.
It's Wave God in this motherfucker. Hey, shout my nigga Demi T though.
Got the song pop like I'm Iggy. All they talking about is last night like I'm Demi. Say you got.
Groupies donated $5. Damn ski pulled the Michael.
Dean TV Cooler merch in the description box below. Go copy, son. Click the link in the description box below and support your boy.
What's up, Dean family? I'm Dean Nation. Today we're doing a reaction to Vice News, and it's called a Vanishing History. Gullah Geechee lost our vanished history. You feel me? Cause they finna tell us about the history about Gullah Geechee. You feel me? Shortened. And yeah, Dean family, I'm part of this Gullah Geechee. You feel me? I'm a Gullah Geecheean. You feel me? If you know what a Gullah Geechee is, you're legendary. You feel me? Simple. But a lot of us are a part of Gullah Geechee, and our families are part of the Gullah Geechee history. And Gullah Geechee, you can't start with American history or Black history without starting with the Gullah Geechee. You feel me? That's the origin. You feel me? Cause you can't start with that without anything. You feel me? And I'll be doing videos and spiritual videos and educating y'all, telling y'all about this shit. You feel me? Shit get deep and shit get real crazy. You feel me? Let's get into this reaction. So check out the merch in the description box. Don't copy some heat in the description box below. Like this, you feel me? And let's get into this reaction.
I always feel my ancestors out in this field with me. I still can hear songs like stay in their field, oh, stay in their field, stay in their field until the war is ended.
Gullah Geechee Nation. When I say I'm a G, that means I'm a Gullah.
On a quiet chain of islands off the South Carolina and Georgia coast is an almost forgotten community called the Gullah or Geechee people. More than anywhere else in America, they've held on to traditions their ancestors brought from Africa. They've stayed on the isolated former plantation land where those ancestors were once enslaved.
So lit and with good vibes. Man, why ain't nothing like this for real, for real? Like, why they don't just continue having stuff like this?
Built the culture and language known as Gullah.
This was literally praise dancing came from. Way out the praise dancing from.
Seems pretty isolated back here.
Oh, see, now that's what we call insulated. So we feel like we're insulated and kind of kept warmed and keep our culture alive away from the mainland culture. So sure, if you went just across a couple bridges and you ended up on the mainland, you'll hear people speaking like this. And then you come across onto these 100 Yeti, people are cracking teeth like this all day long and things like that. And they say, huh?
Oh no,
Our Goodwine, also known as Queen Quet, still lives on the land where her great-great-grandfather was enslaved 5 generations ago.
We have okra, we plant peanuts.
Yeah, I can feel you. I can feel you. Now what I know now. Yeah.
The same things that my great-great-grandfather planted here. And he was the person that actually obtained this land in 1862. So my family has continuously owned it legally since then, but he was actually enslaved here.
Hundreds of plantations ran down the South Carolina and Georgia coast in an area known as the Sea Islands. After the Civil War broke out, the islands were abandoned by the plantation owners, and thousands of people were eventually able to buy the land they were once enslaved on. But today, the landscape is changing.
Folks come in with bulldozers, and the first thing we see is they want to dig up what we've already had for all these generations. And then they want to build something that's antithetical to our culture.
Golf courses, resorts, and condos have replaced Gullah communities. Hilton Head Island was the first to be developed. Once home to about 300 Gullah families, the 42-square-mile island is now home to 26 golf courses, brings in 2 million tourists a year, and is considered one of the top vacation destinations in the United States. Gullah burial grounds dating back to the days of slavery are now the backyards of million-dollar condos in opulent gated communities that new locals fondly call plantations. That development boom is slowly spreading to other areas nearby. You can hear right now construction in the distance, something else being built.
Yep. One of the things that you'll notice that you'll never see outside of Gullah Geechee homes usually are signs like that. No trespassing.
Well, that's part of the interesting thing is that the land that the Gullah Geechees own, it's all communally owned.
Absolutely, yeah. Most people live on what is in the law called heirs property. And that's because our ancestors during the U.S. Civil War now bought property. And so Gullah Geechees became the first group of people of African descent in North America to own land en masse.
Gullah landowners sought to own the land communally among their extended family.
That's right.
Over generations, this
Bruh,
communally owned land
I
was
swear.
passed down to hundreds of heirs.
The same shit they was on. I've been trying to tell y'all about and saying do this, do it, like take it back, take y'all shit back. Our way.
Often without legal documents,
For the
like
fuck.
wills or
Do it they way, but finesse. What the fuck?
Sign up directly on the app. Choose your own hours. Get paid to
That's
deliver
crazy.
on your time. There are opportunities in over 7,000.
When I say I'm a G, I mean I'm Gullah Geechee. That shit sound fire. When I say I'm a G, that mean I'm Gullah Geechee, man.
in hundreds of heirs, often without legal documents like wills or clear titles. An informal shared ownership system developed, which came to be known as heirs property. Until recently, heirs property arrangements kept family properties from being sold because families depended on the land and each other.
Wait a minute.
But today, developers are using legal loopholes to acquire heirs property, sometimes for pennies on the dollar, whether the people living there want to sell or not. We visited Willie Hayward, a local attorney who helps Gullah families protect their property.
When the ancestors acquired it, this was not a very desirable place to live because of the lack of air conditioning, mosquitoes, alligators, and lack of access, lack of bridges, and so on and so forth, and roads. But now that it's changed, so that progress, for lack of a better word, has brought in folks who now want to divest Gullah Geechee people of that land for development purposes.
What's the extent of the threat right now to the actual land? I mean, how much land are we talking about having been lost in the past few years?
Areas that I see that, in my opinion, that were 90% above Gullah Geechee folks that are now less than 10, if that.
One of the interesting things that we picked up on is that, just one owner who owns one small part of it can kind of force the entire thing to be sold. How does that even work?
The law allows that. It allows just simply, all you have to do is allege that you have an interest. That interest may be 0.01%.
Heirs' properties are divided into shares, with each family member holding a certain portion of ownership. The law allows anyone owning part of an heir's property to force the other owners to sell the entire property by going to a judge and asking for their dollar value of their share. Technically, other
Wait a
heirs who want to
minute.
keep the land could buy out their share.
Wait
But
a
in
minute,
reality,
wait a
few have the
fucking
means
minute,
to
wait
purchase that share on the
a
open market.
minute. So this the reason why they let us fucking get houses, because of the Gullah people already bought half the shit, so by law they have to do this shit. If they don't, they be breaking law. That's crazy.
It's just too expensive. And because there are so many owners, the land often can't be subdivided. The only practical solution is to sell the land at a court auction, or just go along with development.
What's unique about the Gullah Geechee people, we have more heirs outside of South Carolina. In many indications these ears have lost contact with South Carolina, never been to South Carolina, don't know anything about South Carolina. But legally, they have an interest in that property.
In the end, Gullah people are forced off the land they own to make way for resort communities they can't afford to live in. Adolph Brown is a
That
real estate
makes
broker in
so
Hilton Head.
much sense, bro. You gotta think about this shit now. So they push the black people out the good communities into the trouble communities and weird environments and shit, and move they people and make sure they people can be where they at. So the other people can be struggling, have them be envious of what they lifestyle looking like. You feel me? That shit crazy. The programming they do is wild. Like, whoa.
There's a for sale sign. This is all there. You can almost tell it by the mobile homes. Like you'll see, a bunch of mobile homes, together. That's a good indication that you're on a tract of land that's theirs property.
He showed us a piece of Ayers property he's planning to develop. Some distant relatives who live out of state recently decided they wanted to work with Adolph to develop the land, forcing the sale of the entire property and displacing relatives who live there.
Some of the people don't want to sell, obviously, because they lived there their whole lives. You can see there's a lot of mobile homes. So there are 19 in total that, there's going to be an issue with. So, what do we do? What do they do?
Their only option would be to buy those relatives out. But they don't have the means to do so. Waterfront property here can go for $800,000 an acre.
What, damn?
Adolph moved to Hilton Head from New York 10 years
That's
ago
a lot.
when he discovered he owned shares of an Ayers property. Some of the work you've done, it's kind of got you...
Hey, yo, black people, if you watching this, go and see if y'all got some shared property right now. You feel me? Because y'all probably got some shared property or business from an ancestor and probably don't know it. So you need to go capitalize on that shit, you feel me? On that thing right there, you feel me? I might need to go check that shit out too. If you melanated, carbonated, non-ether, you feel me? Or black, whatever you want to call yourself, African American, yeah. You need to go check that shit out. You need to go check that out and see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, it has. The island, a lot of the islanders think I'm the bad guy. I'm the city slicker bamboozler dude. You know what I mean?
People here feel like their entire culture is being sold along with this property. That the Gullah culture is basically fading away as more developers buy up these lands through the Ayers property.
Right.
I mean, do you understand that anger?
I understand the anger. And I understand the Gullah culture. My grandmother was a midwife on Hilton Head. So almost every African American that was born from in the 60s, 50s, 40s, she brought them into the world. The problem comes in when the world changes. When my family doesn't barter with food, they go to regular jobs and have 9-to-5s and have gone to college and they work Fortune 500 companies now.
Looking for an easier way to get that LLC next to your business name? Say hello
Society.
to your brand. You just go to their site, enter
Basically
your
what it
LLC
says,
space, add your business
society forced them to do so that...
So it's
companies now.
So it's kind of, I mean, you can see the division. Like, I'm sure there are people who think of this as like a boon, just like they won the lottery almost. And there's others who think of it as, I'm losing my way of life, I'm losing my home.
Right.
And trying to rectify those two situations. I mean, what solution can you come up with?
The only solution I've ever seen is to develop it. And I give people this analogy of the American Indians that were, downtown Wall Street. They had the teepees there, they had the little communities. Could you imagine today there being 20 acres that's Indian reserve in Wall Street?
Yeah, but it
can't happen.
That was hundreds of years ago.
What I'm saying is either you have to be progressive or you will get wrong.
Nigga, what you talking about? Nigga, just cause the shit evolves. Just cause they was living in teepees doesn't mean they gonna still be living in teepees. Shit evolved. You feel me? Like motherfucker used to be living in castles and kingdoms and civilizations until now you was living in houses, cribs, homes, mansions, stuff like that. Simple shit, smaller shit. Well, he wasn't as small as a teepee, but still, you get the gist that I'm making. Like, you, shit evolves, shit develops, shit changes. So you can't say, oh, that's ignorant as fuck.
Over, taxed out, moved out, eventually it will happen. Up the coast, the once quiet community of Mount Pleasant recently became the 9th fastest growing city in the country. The Phillips community, settled by former slaves of the Phillips plantation, is one of 2 Gullah communities left there. So we're in Phillips community right now, which is a Gullah community right outside Charleston. And this kind of used to be a really isolated area, but now basically what you have is all these developments that have sprung up around it. So it's kind of like a donut hole. So it's only really a question of time how much longer the people here can hold out before they're either priced out or their homes are bought out from underneath them. Lawrence Palmer has spent his whole life here.
That's messed up, man. I swear.
It's a close-knit community. If someone got a house to be built, everybody joined in and helped that person build that house. Don't have to pay a dime. When time to come around to you, the community get together and do the same thing to you.
And now it seems like a lot of people are trying to get this property right here.
Oh yeah, they are moving in very swiftly.
And are people trying to actively get your land right now? Are they trying to buy your lands?
Oh yeah, they tried to buy my property several times. And I told them, no, it's not for sale. When I should die, I hope that some of the family member would step up and try to keep it for the future generation. This community was one big family, but now the community is far divided. Everybody is more like an individual. Number one, looking out for number one. The heck was the rest.
Damn. That's fucked up, but it's how it is for real nowadays.
The Gullah are running out of options.
If we look at the situation on the Fusky Island right now, a lot of the native people are gone. The few pockets of Gullah Geechee on St. Simon is drying up like the water of California today. It's all but non-existent. How can we stop this?
We don't really have a community, or I guess we have maybe a few neighborhoods, but not a real community, and I think we need to develop them. And that's one way to stop people from encroaching on your land.
We need to meet with each other. We want to meet right after the funeral, when emotions are out of control.
There's a serious erosion of trust, too, within the black community. Without trust, we definitely can't be unified.
I mean, in my family, we lost a lot of land. But the thing of it is like I started something new. I started buying land, and I wanted, because I know the importance of land, and I want to keep it in the family. I want to keep it going.
This is something that we all need to take with us and to explore ways in which we can do.
That's so real and interesting.
One of the ways that we may have to do this is the African spirit. And let's see whether or not the African spirit can come and bring some knowledge or wisdom into this problem that we are having as a culture and as a people.
In addition to these community meetings, the Gullah turn to traditions rooted in those their ancestors brought here more than 200 years ago.
Most merciful, we give thanks and praises to God Almighty, Lord of all the worlds, Master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, and thy aid we deceit. Show we the straight way, the way of those who aim to go astray. Amen.
I fuck with this prayer. This prayer lit. Yeah, he said Almighty. He don't say God. He said Almighty God. You feel me?
Piece of American history is being lost. And when it's gone, it's gone.
Damn, that was lit. I like that bit. We gonna be getting into more Gullah, cause your boy is a Gullah descendant. a Gullah descendant, you feel me? In the flesh, you feel me? And I'm gonna be doing a video about getting to know me and another day, another time, you feel me? That's for another video. But for here, that's for another day for them that type shit, feel me? But if you like that Dean family, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on all social medias and comment below what reaction you want to do next. See you guys next time. Love you guys. I'm out. When I say I'm a G, that means I'm a Gullah Geechee. You feel me? Hey.